But so
pandemonium.
did you start working on your solo career right away? And like, how did that kind of go?
That was crazy. I was talking to a friend the other day. I realized Tony Draper, shout out Tony Draper, he had put $750,000 on the table for a project. I flew up to meet with Dave McPherson, who had actually was very instrumental in signing the Backstreet Boys. He was the president of our company. And I went and met with him. He's like, I didn't know you wanted to do an album. And I was like, I don't think I knew either. You know what I mean? Maybe I want to do one because, you know, things is popping right now.
Well, if someone else in the group is going to do their own album, I want to do my own album.
I mean, two people are doing albums now. Like,
yeah.
So, you know.
Well, am I going to be the guy who doesn't do an album?
Yeah, so I don't really know if I really, and then, you know, I was in heavy talks with Cash Money, Slim and Baby.
Oh,
that was pretty, that deal almost got done. And there was a few other opportunities out there. I don't know if I really want to pursue a solo career. I'm more an entrepreneur, behind the scenes guy. Like, I'm the guy that likes to find the money. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like this relationship, you know, first point of contact, I had introduced this relationship with this touring company to, you know, my circle. And my culture, you know what I mean? And shout out to the Millennium Tours. I feel like, you know, I was very instrumental in, you know, introducing and finding the money.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I like the business, you know what I'm saying? Because like you can tuck me off. Like, I like real estate, like, you know what I mean? I like brokering deals, you know what I mean? Like, I like consulting, you know what I mean? Pay me my consulting check, you know what I'm saying?
But you had that mentality even then?
Oh yeah. Like, I've always been able to sustain myself, right? And if I got to get in front of the camera, like, you know, I'll get in front of the camera. But like, I was in China for 7 years. I knew how to survive. I was selling songs, and I know this producer. Okay, cool. I can get this song for you for like, you really want 40, but I can get it for you know, for this price.
Okay, so the group breaks up, and then how long until you go to China?
Oh shit! I went to China when I was probably like around 25.
Okay.
Wait, was that 25? I don't know. Wait, how long? Wait, no, not 25. I came back when I was 32. Maybe, was it 32 or 33? Maybe it's around, maybe I was 25, 26. The group broke up around, I was like 18 or 19.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you got 19, you got 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You got like 5 or 6 years. So probably 5 or 6 years before I went to China.
What were you doing during those 5 or 6 years?
That's a good question. What was I doing during those 5 or 6 years? Probably a little acting here and there. I was still getting appearances. There was still a buzz.
Okay.
There were some royalty checks that was coming in, which was pretty cool. And I feel like I was more so getting a grasp of trying to get a grasp of everything that was transitioning in my life and how I want to move and what I want to go. You know what I mean? Because you still got to say, okay, yeah, I can be, you know, I have some success. I can be invited here, do this, but what is the next piece of product that I'm going to put out in the marketplace? What is that I want to do? And I believe a lot of the things that I want to do are more humanitarian related. Like we put in place, which is called the B2K Cares Foundation. So I've always been wanting to do things like that. I did see myself at a lot of different churches and revivals, and I see myself at speaking engagements. And I feel like that's that's like a person's pinnacle, like almost like the pinnacle of your career. You know what I mean? It's like to speak and share your knowledge, right? So I was trying to get a grasp on, because there was so much shit coming at me, what exactly that I wanted, what exactly it is that I wanted to do. And but I managed to survive. I managed to like be a hustler. I managed to make money. You know what I mean? And I believe that comes from my entrepreneur spirit from my mom, bro. I was pumping gas, shining shoes, selling oil, selling incense, like, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, buying and selling that. That was really cool in China, because I would source products. Obviously China's opening up right now. Yeah. And showing you the market.
Wait, but so how'd you first get introduced to going to China? The reason why I'm so curious is
there's some real shit.
I've like seen a few people in my life who kind of like restarted at some point and like went to China.
Oh, right.
And just kind of had like,
that was like a rebirth for me in a way.
Yeah.
That was like a real, like I went there, what year? I would have to go back and do some math. But when I went, no, the first opportunity, well, I always liked China. I always like, you look at some shit made in China. Like, so you're like, okay, so that energy is already there. So now you're manifesting. Then somebody like, presents an opportunity to you, say, hey, yo, there's a concert. The first concert is going on at the Great Wall of China. It was a company called BTB Communications. Oh, wow. They brought in Hal Uplinger, who produced Live Aid, and it was called the Wall of Hope concert. So those out there that want to look it up, it was called the Wall of Hope concert. And I was working really close with them. At the time, they didn't have talent attached to the project. They proposed to B2K. I believe we were playing at this NBA Entertainment League. Did you ever play on that?
No.
It was in Santa Monica. Everybody, Justin Timberlake, everybody used to play on
It was like a celebrity game type.
Yeah, but we had our refs, and it's called the NBA, right? So it was pretty cool. But that's where I met that guy. I can't remember his name. Forgive me, bro. But they just wanted to sign a letter of intent. Typically when you have a letter of intent, that can help move things forward. B2K, I felt like was a group that could headline something like that. You know what I mean? Not me by myself. I'm not trying to put myself down, but I wound up, even though the group didn't want to do it, I wound up going to the office with them, helping them, find other talent, working really close with them because I wanted to be a part of this opportunity. I wound up not going, could have still went, wound up not going because the promoter ran out of money. My lawyer and the agent worked out where I could still go host the show. I don't think they was letting me perform, but I could host the show, which was pretty cool. I should have went, but they wasn't going to be able to pay me. And I'm like, damn, because the guy was telling me, he's like, bro, make sure you lock in your payment, get everything done. And it just felt like the show was falling apart. Another promoter stepped in to buy it. And if I had this really good lawyer named Lee Young who let him understand the value that I brought to the project during the time. So, the best thing to do was to honor it. That didn't happen. I said, it. 7 years later, bro, somebody hit me up about going to China. And my uncle was like, bro, if it be in God's will, you go back to China, right? Dude hits me up. It wasn't the best deal, but I took it. And I started performing out there. It wasn't the best deal. Wasn't the best living conditions. I remember I lost my voice for like a week and a half. It was fucking mildew, and I was staying in the house, this flat, and it was a DJ. The people that worked at the club was like a residency gig. It was a DJ, 2 DJs, and myself that worked there. And it was crazy because these other dancers, they had their own apartment. Their flats was like plush. So when I got there, not that I was looking for some superstar treatment because I didn't think anybody knew me over there, right? You know what I mean? But I was able to grind, show my talent, and create so many fucking opportunities for myself. I mean, bro, I was making really good money in China, bro.
Really?
And then man, just from performing. Then I get down to Guangzhou and I'm start going up now in the Yiwu and I'm starting to hey, could you source this product for me? Oh, for sure. I got a friend that put my money on top. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit to mail it out. I mean, I was doing that for years. Like. Some days I think about going back to that business and really I was just doing it on the wing, really organizing it and making it what it could be. But it's like now the market is open. I'm happy that people are going out to China and, and opening up and, making their money because entrepreneurship is everything. I mean, there's no reason anybody should have a bag.
No, yeah.
There's no reason.
If you understand American culture and Chinese manufacturing and their market and everything, there's crazy infinite opportunities available for you.
I mean, shit, you say, you like, yo, Raz, I need this. I'm like, let me source this product for you. You like this one? I'm like, I'm going to send you 4 different samples.
Yeah.
All right, this is my price. And I'm transparent. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. This is my fee.
Yeah. Because I'm from the bike industry,
up, bro.
And in the bike world, I've known some of the bike companies who have one of their employees move from here to China, and they live down the street from the factory just so that they can be in and out of that bitch every day, talking to the factory about exactly how they want things done.
They'll let them speak Chinese,
and that too. I know a guy who made his wife learn Chinese.
Bro, he's tough.
She spent 7 years learning Chinese.
And let me tell you this, I'm sure they made I'm sure they did very well for themselves.
I think she left his ass too. Damn.
Wow.
I know, right? Probably because she was making her learn Chinese.
No, bro. You know what I mean? What they call them bosses? They say laobans. Yo, you know what I mean? The bosses out there? She probably got snatched up.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Let's hope not. Oh, shit, man.
Okay, so you stay out there for how long? 7 years?
7 years. I came home. The first run was 4 years. I came home for 27 days, and then I went back for another 3 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And remember I told you, I said I found the money, right? Yeah. At that time, I'm like, I start talking my shit on Twitter. I'm like, yo, it's been a little over 10 years. I think it's about time this group get back together.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it's like now or never type shit.
And people really reacted to that?
People really reacted, and some promoter reached out to me. That's the one who did all the Millennium tours. He's doing the New Edition tour, and the Boyz II Men. So, you know what I mean? So, and I call that just from believing, man. So now I'm in China. I come back. Now I got an offer.
Yeah. Was it,
you know what I'm saying?
But was it hard to get the rest of the group on board?
That took about 2 years.
2 years.
That took about 2 years. Yeah, that took about 2 years. And I was back in China on the ground with the money. But I got to move through, and thank God I had somebody, shout out to my man, Gary, man. Shout out to, he believed You know what I mean? And he worked with me to help make it happen. It was difficult, and there was a lot of different pieces that needed to be oiled and massaged to make that happen.
So, I mean, at that point, you guys have not spoken for 7 to 8 years?
Way longer. I'm sure people, we've seen each other here and there, little moments, but like on a consistent basis, no.
Because you didn't really have like a reason to hate each other, right?
No, we didn't hate each other. I think there was just miscommunications.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like all that stuff, like everyone's healed, matured, and communicated and expressed and moved on.
But in order to get the tour to work, was it just you kind of like calling people and texting people, or was there like were other people on the back end trying to make it happen? Or
when you got the promoter who believes, right, who's already allowed for me to be the first point of contact, allow for me to, maneuver it and put the pieces in place and connect the right sides that's going to help bring it, like Demir Leffridge. Like when I had the first meet, when I'm back, I know who to strategically bring, right? So I got Demir, now I got, J Boog, and I got Fizz. You know what I'm saying? That's his manager. So it's like if he can smell it out and vet it out and say, oh, okay, this is good. Maybe one of the other group members would be like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'll have this guy strategically talk to this one and say, hey, yo, this is real. Now you got this one talking to this one. Okay, well, Amari wants to adjust this deal out to make it, for this and that. You know what I mean? So, and then Amari goes on tour. But, I'm, in my mind, I brought opportunity to my circle. You know what I'm saying? Now let's figure out how we massage it. So, yeah. And then, of course, that brings me favor because, I just want what's fair. Remember I told you I like to share? I want what's fair. Do I feel like I like some people's like, yo, did you like ask for like a, bonus or this? And no, the bonus for me is seeing my group members make some money, the legacy being fulfilled, Amari going out and having some solo tours. And I'm happy that I was able to contribute to my brand. This is the same guy we're about to go out on tour with 7 years later. And I'm about to do very well on this tour, right? So, I'm just happy and I'm just grateful.
So then when you guys actually go on tour, is it hard to all get on the same page?
No.
Weird to get back to?
It's business. It's about everybody approaching the situation as professionals and as adults. And maybe at times I feel like I didn't approach that situation. I probably approached it the same way I had, the way I left it, the way I left when I was like 19. Me and J Boog was talking about, I believe he probably referenced that to me. I'm sure that came from him. But that was the approach with that, right? So I just thought that with this approach, everyone's had some time to grow up and mature and understand and get married and have more kids and and understand, this is business, but we're having so much fun with each other. We're joking in our group chat, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have one of those for years. I would always look up like, damn, NSYNC got a group chat. I wish we'd get ours. So yeah, I think I'm probably the one that made it.
If you haven't checked out everything 420 yet, you are definitely missing out. From glass gear to infused sweets, they've got one of the best lineups online. They ship fast, it's always discreet, and their app makes shopping too easy. The deals are always running, and you can use code NOJUMPER for a little bonus at checkout. Shout out Everything 420.